think it does, because I'm doing it through here. Hey out there, internet land. Hey, welcome to another YouTube live edition of Hanging Out Behind the Scenes here in the studio. You're here with Chris and Denise. We're both here. We're both working. We're both doing it to it. As a matter of fact, we've got a studio camera where you can watch behind the scenes, all of that kind of good jazz. And you're going to be able to get in on the mix of everything that's going on today. So right now what we're working on is doing a little research. We're watching some YouTube videos. I'm working on some things behind the scenes. I'm actually trying to become a better streamer, right? I mean, hey, we're going to be doing this. I do believe that 2024 is the year of live. And if we believe that, then we're going to be better at it, right? So you're never too old to learn. So that's what I'm doing. I'm spending today watching a bunch of videos, trying to work with some plugins on the software that I'm using, and just put those things into effect. You know, implement the things that we're learning so that we can build a more profitable business in the future. So Denise, what do you have to say about that?
Enjoy.
Enjoy. She loves being put on the spot. I love this. Hey, this is one of the joys of working with your lady. I tell you what, love this woman. Love this woman. All right, so we're going to switch on over here to the studio cam. I will be muting the microphone here so that we can watch some of this stuff. Now, I'm not going to be doing that yet. I tell you what, right now, I'm going to leave this up as I pull some of these things. So as I pull some of these things up here, I've got several things on the screen that I need to work with. We've been doing edits. We've been doing chops and cuts and uploads and everything else, and I may work with some of that today too. We may be doing some of the uploads from the shorts that we created yesterday. We created 38 shorts live yesterday while we were here with you guys. So let's see here. Actually trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Sometimes I get fried in the brain. Darling, do you know what I was? Yes, I do know what I was doing. I do. Okay, so we are actually about to watch a video, on how to stream vertically on YouTube, because that's what we're doing now. I have installed the plugin already. I've been working with it a little bit. I really just kind of want to watch the setup a bit more so that I can see that I'm doing it, right too. So we're going to go ahead and mute this audio and let the video play, and you guys can watch along as we do.
Two different stream keys. One of them we have to make sure that's dedicated. So here's how we do this. We're going to click create and we're going to click go live so that we can get to this page. The next thing we're going to do is actually click schedule stream, and we're needing to schedule the stream because every time we're going to have to make sure that that stream key is being used. We can't just click go live to the platform like we do on Twitch or on other platforms. You have to actually schedule the stream, choose the actual stream key that we want to do that's locked, and then everything will work. It's just the process, okay? This page, if you've never been on YouTube Studio, this is kind of like their YouTube dashboard. So there's a couple of things we can change here. Number one, I would think that auto start and auto stop needs to be enabled for you. And the next one is unlist live replay once stream ends. If you want that, where that your stream isn't automatically live on your channel, when you end, turn it on. If you'd want it to still be, public or whatever the case, turn it on or off if you want it to be unlisted. Also, low latency is what I'd recommend. Unless you are only streaming in 1080p, then do ultra low latency. If you're doing 1440p or above, you need to do low latency. The next thing is to actually select the stream key. And if you click this and you've used YouTube before to stream, you might have a whole bunch of these already preset. Like I've got some where I was using Restream and etc. So what you're gonna do is make sure you either create a new stream key or you can manage the ones you have. But I've created two separate ones, one that is a horizontal and one that is vertical, and I'll create one so you can see. We're gonna call this one test. And we can give this a description. We're just going to call this vertical stream key. And then it's going to ask streaming protocol. Leave this as RTMP. HLS is if we're going to do something with HDR stuff. And then some people might think turning is you'll get this. You'll have vertical over here on the side, and then underneath my webcam, actually I'll move my camera up here. Underneath my webcam you actually have vertical scenes and vertical sources, and these are the things that you're going to set up for the actual canvas for your vertical over here. I'm moving my camera all over the place, sorry guys. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and create some scenes and sources and then put them inside the vertical panel. You can link them, which is really cool. What we'll do is we'll just go ahead and hit plus. We can go ahead and choose scene, ACAM, and you can see it pops up in the vertical, and I can frame this however I want. Let's say that this is how I want that frame to be. I can actually right click this scene, do linked scenes, and choose whatever scene I want it to be. And when I'm on that scene, this is the scene that will be live for the vertical. Now that's not explaining how to do the streaming part, but just a little tutorial on how to do the ATEM. There's a lot of tutorials. I'll leave a really dedicated one from Harris Heller down in the description. He did a really awesome one. He's partnered with this, and sure, I could do one, but you should go check out Harris if you've never found Harris before. All right, so what we need to do is actually create two different stream keys. One of them we have to make sure that's dedicated. So here's how we do this. We're gonna click create and we're gonna click go live so that we can get to this page. The next thing we're gonna do is actually click schedule stream, and we're needing to schedule the stream because every time we're gonna have to make sure that that stream key is being used. We can't just click go live to the platform like barrier. Next, once you've already installed ATEM and you have OBS, all of that should go ahead and quickly link together. This is kind of what you're going to be met with. And what you'll see is you'll get this. You'll have vertical over here on the side, and then underneath my webcam, actually I'll move my camera up here. Underneath my webcam you actually have vertical scenes and vertical sources, and these are the things that you're going to set up for the actual canvas for your vertical over here. I'm moving my camera all over the place, sorry guys. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and create some scenes and sources and then put them inside the vertical panel. You can link them, which is really cool. What we'll do is we'll just go ahead and hit plus. We can go ahead and choose scene, ACAM, and you can see it pops up in the vertical, and I can frame this however I want. Let's say that this is how I want that frame to be. I can actually right click this scene, do linked scenes, and choose whatever scene I want it to be. And when I'm on that scene, this is the scene that will be live for the vertical. Now that's not explaining how to do the streaming part, but just a little tutorial on how to do the ATEM. There's a lot of tutorials. I'll leave a really dedicated one from Harris Heller down in the description. He did a really awesome one. He's partnered with this, and sure, I could do one, but you should go check out Harris if you've never found Harris before. All right, so what we need to do is actually create two different stream keys. One of them we have to make sure that's dedicated. So here's how we do this. We're going to click create and we're going to click go live so that we can get to this page. The next thing we're going to do is actually click schedule stream, and we're needing to schedule the stream because every time we're going to have to make sure that that stream key is being used. We can't just click go live to the platform like we do on Twitch or on other platforms. You have to actually schedule the stream, choose the actual stream key that we want to do that's locked, and then everything will work. It's just the process, okay? This page, if you've never been on YouTube Studio, this is kind of like their YouTube dashboard. So there's a couple of things we can change here. Number one, I would think that auto start and auto stop needs to be enabled for you. And the next one is unlisted. So what we need to do is actually create two different stream keys. One of them we have to make sure that's dedicated. So here's how we do this. We're going to click create and we're going to click go live so that we can get to this page. The next thing we're going to do is actually click schedule stream, and we're needing to schedule the stream because every time we're going to have to make sure that that stream key is being used. We can't just click go live to the platform like we do on Twitch or on other platforms. You have to actually schedule the stream, choose the actual stream key that we want to do that's locked, and then everything will work. It's just the process, okay? This page, if you've never been on YouTube Studio, this is kind of like their YouTube dashboard. So there's a couple of things we can change here. Number one, I would think that auto start and auto.
Okay, so I'm going to go over and do that right now. Let's see if I know how to do this properly. Do I? You know what? This is the solo. I'm going to add a scene while we're here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add an element so that you guys can see that. That's going to be my display capture. And okay. Let's see how I can do this. Yeah, that should work pretty well. That should work pretty well. I think for the most part that's gonna be all right, and you guys can see exactly what I'm doing there. And I can toggle that on and off if I need to. Yeah, that's just my screen so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna come over here to YouTube, right? And we're gonna go to studio.youtube. Well, here, we'll just go to YouTube Creator Studio. You guys are seeing it in real time. I mean, this is how it goes. This is what it is. This is how it goes. Alright, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to create a go live. I tried to do that just a moment ago, and I wasn't sure if that's what I needed to do, so I left it alone. So, at a later date, so we're going to streaming software, built-in webcam, add overlays, new graphics, and more. Ooh, let's see, built-in webcam, no setup required. Use your existing webcam for an easy way to go live. Nope, we're going to do streaming software, and it tells us back. I'm not sure exactly why. Later date, start, go. It's almost like there's something in the way that I need to get rid of or something, or I need to be able to scroll down the screen or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I can't select that. I can select that one, but I can't select the later date. Pick the type of stream to begin. Okay, well, that's odd. That is odd. You know what? Let's go back, and it says schedule stream. Oh, exit. I had issues with this earlier today too, as a matter of fact. It almost acts like it's frozen, to tell you the truth. Not sure why it would be. It's not frozen. It's just at a spot where it wants me to do something different. Okay, I'm just going to click back. That's what I'll do. Alright, that saved us. Now let's try this again. Go live. And it put us in the same spot. Later date. Back. It won't let me do later date. It will. It's trying to let me go to the support, but I really want to go to this right here. I've actually got a meeting that I've got to do right now. Will you answer it, please?
Hello? Hello? It's Christy's phone? No.
Okay, well, I need to jump over into the other program real quick. So that's what I need to do. That's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, that's okay though. Might not be great for this call though. Alright, there we are. We'll just be streaming it just like this. And I'll go ahead and get this going.
Recording in progress.
Hello.
Hello there, Michael. How are you?
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
I can. How are you, good sir?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Test.
Hello?
You can't hear me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That's good. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I hear you
Hello,
fine.
how are you?
Doing well, doing well. No, I hear you fine, Michael. Okay, so you do video editing, is that correct?
Yeah, and I also do I have a team also of social media manager. You can manage and optimize your YouTube channel and any kinds of your social media accounts.
Okay, well, tell me exactly the way that you operate and the way that you work. What all that you do, your pricing, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, for the YouTube edit, may I know what kind of YouTube editing style do you want for your YouTube videos?
Okay, so you do YouTube videos. You also do TikToks and all that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Great. What kind of pricing structures do you have?
Well, it depends on what kind of editing style do you want. May I know what kind of editing style do you like or something you want for your videos?
Okay. Well, do you have some examples with the pricing listed?
Hello?
Yeah, do you have any examples of your work with the pricing listed?
Hold on. You're getting choppy.
It may just be a bad connection. Well, I guess that's that.
Oh.
Hello, is that better for you?
Is it again?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you just fine.
There's no voice again.
I'm not sure what the problem is with that. Let me look on my end and see if there's something I can do on the microphone. Give me half a second. Let me check that out for you. Hang on now. Here you go. Does that work better for you? Can you hear me better right there?
Yeah, can you hear me right now?
Oh yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, so what's your question again?
Yeah, I was just trying to ask you, what is your pricing structure and what kind of styles do you offer? Do you have any examples of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I can send you over in our email. Just can you give me a minute?
Sure.
Words.
Heck, you can even screen share if you want to. I'm willing to watch something with you.
I can. Yeah, sure. Hold on, give me a minute. Here we go. I will send the link here in our comments. Can you see the links? The long form,
yeah.
The short form edits.
Got it right here. Sure do. All right. So those are your long form and your short forms. Cool. Do you want me to go look at them right now, or you want me to wait till after we're done here? Yeah. Do you have any pricing for these two? Like if on the long form or the short forms, what are your pricing on those?
So for the long form, it will cost from like it depends how many minutes of the video. But if we're talking about like 8 minutes or more, you can do the pricing of kind of with you may know what kind of in the links when you see the thing what kind of my sample work is do you like in the long form and short form. It has many.
Can you say that again?
Can you see the link? Can you click the link and may I know what kind of my sample works do you like in long forms.
Oh, okay,
Can you
sure.
see it?
Yeah, let me click on that for you. Let me look at that real quick. Okay, so you've got two different files in here,
Mm-hmm.
and they're both different, and they both cost different. Okay, what is the cost difference on those two?
So for those two, it will cost. So because that's our past client, I charge them like for the kind of video edit, I charge them like $80 to $100
Okay.
for the kind of editing design. And for the short form, do you see my short form videos?
Yeah, I'll look at them when we're done here. I'll go check them all out. I'm just wondering what your pricing structure is. I mean, it doesn't matter how
And for
great
the
it
short
is. It depends
form,
on the price.
yeah. And for the short form, it just costs only $20 for the short form.
30. Okay, and that's 30 for one video for each
No,
short.
just 20.
20. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, do you take long form videos and then chop it up into short form?
Yes, that's typically like we do for our past client in their podcasts.
Okay.
We chop the best moments of their podcast, and we make them shorts.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's what I needed to know. I was just wondering what kind of work you did and exactly what your pricing structure was and how you work and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I wanted to have you
But
on
also, but also, if you have a budget for this, I can work within your budget.
Sure. Well, we put out about 4 videos a day, every day, and that's for YouTube. Okay. And then we've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. We put out videos for all of it on different ones. So I'm trying to find somebody that can come in and help make this a little bit more streamlined and do that part of the work for me, because that's what I'm doing right now is taking my long form, chopping it up into the shorts, doing all that kind of stuff, and doing the AI, adding all the captions, everything. So, but I would much rather let somebody else do that so I could use my time more wisely.
Yeah, we also, like I said before, I have a team of social media manager. We can manage your social media accounts. You will just do the filming. We will do all the postings, optimizing your social media. And yeah, we have a package for that kind of service. Do you want to know that part?
Yeah, do you have a website where I can go check it out?
Yeah, sure. I can send you the link.
Yeah, that would be a lot better.
Oh.
That's a lot easier if I can go check out the links on the back end and look at them a little bit later. Some of these calls, I can't last too long on them. I've got things I got to do, but I do like to look you in the face and find out who you are before I go see if I want to work with you.
Yeah, sure. I'll just give me a quick 1 minute.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go right ahead. Do what you got to do, bud.
By the way, we have a different time zone. Yeah,
What's your time zone?
it's Philippine time zone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
So you're
think
about,
we
what,
are
6.5, 7 hours? Something like that difference?
Yeah, it's I think it's
About
4:13 a.m. here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Here we go. I found it.
Okay.
Yeah, the URL. Here's
Oh, yeah.
here's our TikTok. I send you the link of our TikTok.
Sure, got it right here. Empire Digital. You know what? I think I've heard of Empire Digital before. I may have seen your stuff around somewhere, maybe. I'll have to look at it. Yeah. All right. Well, you got some followers out there. You got, 2,100 followers.
Yeah.
I guess people like
Do you
what
want to
you
see?
do.
Do you want to see our past client? Just
Sure, yeah. I've got it up right now. I'm on the screen looking at it.
I'll send you the link of her social media analytics and their result. Use the link.
And this is
Send
your...
it here in call messages. Here is Master Paula, 7 figures what your YouTube channel. You manage his social media accounts for 3 months, and that's the result.
Oh, you handled the seven figure squad?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
just for only 3 months.
Excellent. Okay, well, I see the kind of stuff that you're doing. Well, I tell you what, let me take a look over these things. Let me sit there, and if you will, just send me something in writing on an email or something about your pricing structure so that I can have that to look back at it. If you'll do that for me, then we can talk more about that.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All
But
right.
yeah, just if you want, just you want what you want to discuss right now, the package, just quick discuss.
Well,
Just
yeah. If you've got more information you want to tell me, sure, go right ahead, man.
so our package, our package contains unlimited videos to be edited and unlimited thumbnails. Do you know thumbnails? In the YouTube, they are very engaging,
Oh yeah,
and also social media optimization, social media posting. We're gonna create the SEO hashtag for you. Do you know search engine optimization, right?
sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Very well aware. Okay, so what is your package price or your package pricing on all that?
For our pricing for that, for unlimited videos and everything, so you can do about for our past client, we charge them like $1,000 per month. But like we said, always we said to our client, if you have any budget for that, we can work within your budget.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. That's real good to know. Well, then I guess is there more information? Do you have anything else? Do you have a website you could share with me that has any of this stuff written down or any of that kind of stuff? A company, anything from your company? I mean, I'm sure you're small agency doing stuff, and I get that. That's not a problem. I just, the more that you have to show me, the better.
We use only our TikTok. Yeah, we use only the TikTok.
Okay,
We don't use website. TikTok we can attract more clients
sure.
because in TikTok there are more people engaging to the kind of stuff.
Well, good. I'm glad that that's being beneficial for you. I'm glad that TikTok is working and helping you get some clients, man. I really am. As far as me, I'm going to have to think about it for a minute because, like I said, we put out a lot of videos on a lot of different platforms, and I don't know if $1,000 would actually cover it. I really don't. That's a
But
lot
if
of
you
videos.
want, yeah, it's okay. But if you want, we can only focus on your video editing.
Okay, on the editing only. Well, no, see, I like that too. I mean, but at the same time, I need somebody to kind of take it over, and I'm wondering how that would look, and if you could actually do that, if it would be beneficial, if I would actually make a return on my investment. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we need a video edit for social media posting, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, we can. Let me know how many videos are you going to produce in a week.
Yeah. Let me look at that stuff. Okay. Let me flip through your drives, flip through your articles there, see what you got, and we'll be back in touch. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
All right. Well, it's been great talking to you, Michael. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me on here. I know there's a big time difference, so I do appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll be back. I'll email you within a day or so.
Okay, sure.
All right.
So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good rest of your day, sir.
Yeah, sure. You too. Okay.
Recording stopped.
Okay, there's that one done in the books. Got that going on. Now let's flip on back over here to the live feed, see what the stream looks like. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. We are live on YouTube. It is true. Okay, so I'm going to pop back over here to the... I'm going to open up my screen on here, and we're going to get back to watching this particular... is that correct? No. It's not correct. So where is it? Studio? Yep, Studio Cam. And... here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back over here to this, and you're going to watch it with me.
Stop needs to be enabled for you. And the next one is unlist live replay when stream ends. If you want that, where your stream is automatically live on your channel, when you end, turn it on. If you want it to still be, public or whatever the case, turn it on or off if you want it to be unlisted. Also, low latency is what I recommend. Unless you are only streaming 1080p, then do ultra low latency. If you're doing 1440p or above, you need to do low latency. The next thing is to actually select the stream key. And if you click this and you've used YouTube before to stream, you might have a whole bunch of these already preset. Like I've got some where I was using Restream, and etc. So what you're going to do is make sure you either create a new stream key or you can manage the ones you have. But I've created two separate ones. One that is a horizontal and one that is vertical. And I'll create one so you can see. We're going to call this one test. We can give this a description. We're just going to call this vertical stream key, and then it's going to ask streaming protocol. Leave this as RTMP. HLS is if we're going to do something with HDR stuff. And then some people might think turning on manual settings and choosing the resolution and FPS is the best thing. Don't do it. Just leave it as auto and let YouTube kind of just pick up what you send it and then adjust. So what we're going to do is once you hit create, you'll see that it actually creates a stream key here, and then it will give you the stream key and the URL and a backup if you were streaming like a second instance in case something crashed. So what you do is you have to get
Yeah,
have to make sure that it's dedicated. So here's how we do this. We're going to click create and we're going to click go live so that we can get to this page. The next thing we're going to do is actually click schedule stream, and we're needing to schedule the stream because every time we're going to have to make sure that that stream key is being used. We can't just click go live to the platform like we do on Twitch or on other platforms. You have to actually schedule the stream, choose the actual stream key that we want to do that's locked, and then everything will work. It's just the process, okay? This page, if you've never been on YouTube Studio, this is kind of like their YouTube dashboard. So there's a couple of things we can change here. Number one, I would think that auto start and auto stop needs to be enabled for you. And the next one is unlist live replay once stream ends. If you want that, where that your stream isn't automatically live on your channel, when you end, turn it on. If you want it to still be, public or whatever the case, turn it on or off if you want it to be unlisted. Also, low latency is what I'd recommend. Unless you are only streaming 1080p, then do ultra low latency. If you're doing 1440p or above, you need to do low latency. The next thing is to actually select the stream key. And if you click this and you've used YouTube before to stream, you might have a whole bunch of these already preset. Like I've got some where I was using Restream, and etc. So what you're gonna do is make sure you either create a new stream key or you can manage the ones you have, but I've created two separate ones, one that is a horizontal and one that is vertical, and I'll create one so you can see. We're going to call this one test, and we can give this a description. We're just going to call this vertical stream key, and then it's going to ask streaming protocol. Leave this as RTMP. HLS is if we're going to do something with HDR stuff. And then some people might think turning on manual settings and choosing the resolution and FPS is the best thing. Don't do it. Just leave it as auto and let YouTube kind of just pick up what you send it and then adjust. So what we're going to do is once you hit create, you'll see that it actually creates a stream key here, and then it will give you the stream key and the URL and a backup if you were streaming like a second instance in case something crashed. So what you do is you have to get this key and URL posted in the platform. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to copy these. Now I'm going to go over into OBS, and you'll see that there's a gear inside of the vertical plugin. If I click the gear, and we show right here, we'll see that the resolution is 1920 by 1080, but vertical, so flipped, 1080 by 1920. Audio is 160. By the way, that's the limit for a YouTube. It's 320 in total for Twitch. It's 160 for YouTube. But we're actually gonna go down to the streaming setting, enable it. You can choose the name and name it whatever you want, but this is where you put your key and your server URL right here. Post them, paste them. And then for advanced, this is where you need to be able to choose all of your streaming settings. encodes. Now, another side note, this is going to use 2 encodes for your system. So if you're going to stream just vertical, then great, set this up like you normally would, have fun. But if you're gonna be doing 2 separate streams, using this plugin, it's not going to use one outgoing send for your upload speed. So make sure you understand your upload and divide it accordingly. If you have a lot of upload, who cares? But if you have a limited, like 10 megabit, make sure you don't use 6,000 for your mainstream and then 6,000 for your second one, because you're gonna have a horrible time streaming. You're gonna drop frames, a whole bunch of network stuff. Don't do that. So you remember, this is 2 separate streams. This shouldn't hit your computer any harder, especially if you're using hardware encoding like NVENC or AMF or even QuickSync. All right, once all of that is set up and you went in and set up all of your scenes, all of your sources, and you're ready to go, you just click go live and you stream. And I've shown you a clip before, but here is a clip of me actually live using this in the shorts feed. It's actually how it looks. A viewer actually of my stream recorded this and then posted it to Twitter so that I could be able to use it for this video, because I couldn't actually pull up my own stream in the shorts feed. It would just pull up the regular YouTube video, but he was actually discovering me from there, so he did a long recording showing what it looks like from the viewer's perspective, just like when you're live on TikTok. This was a long video, but let's recap it and keep it really nice and neat. If you're trying to go live on a vertical platform, but you're struggling getting access to TikTok, YouTube Shorts, it could be the perfect solution for you. Make sure you get the ATOM vertical plugin that I'll leave a link in the description, install it in OBS, go ahead and create a dedicated stream key and URL, paste those into the ATOM plugin, set up all of your scenes and sources and link them and everything. It's just like a normal OBS, just vertical, and then go live. Now, I went live today using both the horizontal as well as the vertical and have fun with it. And small side note, you will actually, when you're in here, every time you go live, you're gonna have to pop out this chat and get this URL if you want to dock it as a browser inside OBS. But if you're just going live from your main OBS to YouTube, then it'll be just fine. Just go ahead and select it. There is a limitation if you're doing 2 YouTube streams, so you're gonna have one that's your vertical and one that's your horizontal. They don't combine the chats, so you will have to actually pop out the chat from the dashboard to be able to see it for both streams, unless you can go ahead and create a custom browser dock and put them inside OBS. All right, that was a lot, but I hope you got some value out of that. Comment down below, check out these 2 videos, and I'll see you next time. Hope this was helpful. Y'all have a great day.
Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do there. All right. There we go. Well, hell, I guess I'll let it play. Might as well.
Custom application, and by doing that, year over year, we've been able to dramatically increase conversion rate, and that's game changing.
My name is Brandon, and welcome to the live audio master. Class today. We're going to be doing something called solving your streaming audio, and honestly this is going to be something that I think really impacts a lot of streamers. Not only is audio one of the largest things that you need to be focused on when it comes to your stream, but it's usually what makes or breaks a really good stream. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but let me explain. When it comes to video or anything broadcast, you can watch pretty pictures, sure, but audio is what's going to sink you into it. I want you to imagine things like movies movies without sound effects. Imagine like a Marvel movie without sound effects and it's just a whole bunch of grunting and stuff. It's completely different, right? So audio is what really shifts the focus, making sure that your audio is lined up, your microphone sounds great, your background music, your game music, your any kind of other VFX really makes sense, not only where it lines up, but also what filters and chains you run. I think it really is important. Also, side note, school is closed today, so my son is home with me. He's actually over watching cartoons on the couch. I'm not really sure what he's watching, but he's watching something. So he will probably pop his head over and have a couple conversations with us.
Data brokers will sell your information to spammers, scammers, or anyone who may want to target you. Your full name, email, health records, your address, everything is out there. That's why I've been using Aura, today's sponsor. Aura shows me exactly who's using my information and automatically submits opt-out requests so that this information can get out of their hands. Cleaning up this information not only prevents spam, but also protects me from hackers being able to use this information to gain access to social media accounts, bank accounts, and so much more. It's really easy to set up, and I don't have to download several different apps to be able to do things like VPN, antivirus, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and so much more. I get everything at one affordable price. I value my privacy and I value yours, so go to aura.com/darkinsires to start your 14-day free trial now. Once again, thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it.
Today, we're not only going to be talking about audio chains and filters, we're going to be talking about microphones and the differences between this is a condenser microphone and this is a dynamic, and which one you should probably be leaning for, or if you're using a headset mic. Everything we're talking about today applies basically to anyone. What we are currently doing is we are using this. This is actually Prism Live Studio. We're not going to be using this as the end all be all, but today we're going to be using this as what we're going to go for our streaming setup and to talk about filters, because it's the same thing as OBS. What you do need to know is that this is basically OBS, but it includes multi-streaming and a lot of other really cool things. Let's kind of get into it and show you just some basic things. Let's talk about microphones first. What you're listening to right now is I have an effect chain on, everything is on, etc. This is the Shure SM7B, and it's currently rocking, and I don't think I'll be able to pull it up far enough for you to see in camera. I'm on the Wave XLR, okay? None of that really matters so much as far as the sound quality, as much as the mic that you have and the effects chain that you have. A lot of interfaces are going to be able.
Okay, so it looks like I cannot do the stream keys while I'm actually streaming, so I'll have to wait to do that until after I'm done here. So we have figured that out. We know how to do it. I do know how to stream to both of them. Now I've got it installed, as you guys see. Let me tell you what, I'll come back over here and just a second there, folks. Alright, let's alright, as you can see here, you know what, as a matter of fact, I can even do this. As you can see on the screen share here, we've got the vertical on the right hand side, and then on the right hand side we've got the vertical, and then we've got the landscape view here. In order to go live, all I've got to do is go here and, well, you can watch. I'll show you. And this is where you'll create it. I'll go to the streaming, put in the name, the server key, the stream keys, all that kind of stuff. See, there it is. I got start streaming hotkey and a start streaming or stop streaming hotkeys. I can do all my setup here, my recordings. There's my general information for the size of it all. It's pretty much got all the features there. I just have to set that up and then click. Well, there's my record. I can record it in vertical so that I could post this video anywhere else I'd like to post the video. Matter of fact, while I'm on this screen, I could flip over to, let's see, here we are. I do believe. There we are. And, oh well, I'm not screen sharing anymore, so I guess here we are now. And as you well, that's exactly what it's going to be. If I go to the split screen, you can see on the vertical, that I've got the other monitor. I've got the other video underneath me here, and if I was going to record, that would be great if I wanted to do a reaction video, or if I wanted to just be on silent here in the office while that's playing live. That would be great. That would be fine. If I wanted to have, if I wanted to do an interview, I could do it this way as well, so that you got one on top of the other, and you could be recorded, or we could put it out just like this. We can switch back over to the main chatting view, which is just me, split screen, which is my screen, and the solo view. Let's see, and then I've got guest. Now a guest is, I've actually got this screen kind of split because some of my other software, that's actually the exact size of box where the guest will be if we're on that software. So right now I'm going to leave it just like it is, and you see how this is done. Back to the split cam, back to the studio camera. There we are. And I'm going to go ahead and hit that mute button again and go back through some of the stuff that I'm working on here. You guys just sit back and watch some of this while I'm doing it. Well, I tell you what, we're not watching more of this. That's
Able to provide exactly what you need.
That's not what's happening here. I'm not going to have you watching a bunch of somebody's videos. That's not what's going on. But you can come over here and check out some of the things that I've had to say over the past, week or two. There we are. Go to videos, and these are some of the uncuts. Let's see, on captures, these are some of the longer formed ones. Stories, let's see. I'm going to play, we're going to look at some of these shorts that we started yesterday. Okay, what I'm trying to do is more of a personal connection. It's more of, let's tell a story, let's read a story to you, and let's discuss it. And those could be two different videos. They don't necessarily have to be in the same video. It could be, hey, let's read such and such, so we read the story, and then tomorrow's, let's talk about such and such, and it's the discussion surrounding it. Now, I'd probably shoot it all in one setting, about 30 minutes, and then break it off into two little 10 or 15 minute videos. Do you think that's something that people would want to see? All ones. And I also know that as an adult, there were a whole lot of times where I needed that. I needed that escape. I needed to be able to disappear into a whole other world. And there were also times that if I didn't enjoy reading the way that I do, I wouldn't have been able to absorb the information that I've absorbed over these years, right? I also, because I had a desire to learn it, and really paper and written format was all I could get my hands on for many, 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 many years. That in turn turned into writing, because when you read, you also write. You want to communicate, right? And I wrote daily letters that were anywhere from 5 to 10 to 20 pages long to my family members. And through that communication, hey, here we are, 40 something years old, missed half my life, and things are still pretty damn awesome. And most people cannot say that at all. And I attribute it all to learning to read and write.
it's a open market fund kind of,
Basically,
which
yes. It's
we can
listed.
track
Yeah, it is listed
in a
on
stock
the
exchange.
exchange market. Yes, so it is an actual security that is listed
Okay.
on the exchange that the public can go in and purchase. Okay, that is an electronically
Oh,
traded fund. But now, as far as diversification, that just depends on what type of ETF you're
okay.
wanting to get. Right? There's all kinds of
Okay.
ETFs. Now, for me, if I want
Okay.
diversification, I'm going to invest in the S&P 500. Right, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get the
Yes.
SPY or whatever it's called, right? Whatever ETF they've got, because that's the top 500 companies in my country, right? That's the top 500
Yes.
across all industries in my country. So if I know that I'm investing in that, I'm diversified, and I know that it has a track record of average 10%, 10, 12% return, right?
Yes.
On average.
Yes.
Right. So I'm okay with doing some of that. And that's if I were to only purchase into that. Right. Right.
Yeah.
But that way I would have diversification.
Okay.
Some people might say, hey, I want to get a piece of real estate here. Oh, I want to get some tech stock over here. Oh, I want to buy some real estate stock or some whatever it is over here, or a mutual fund. Right. That's diversification as well.
Yes.
A mutual fund
Okay.
is generally a diversified investment vehicle, because what that is a fund put together by a company who invests in different
Yes.
types of companies of whatever perspective, and each one tells you what they invest in. You have to look at the little prospectus,
Yes.
look at the thesis, and it'll tell you
Okay.
this is what we put our money in. It's this sector, this type of business, all
Okay.
that kind of shit, right? So you understand this is where you're putting
Okay.
your money.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
thing that we do when we put together an investment thesis. It's this is what we invest
Okay.
in. This is the minimum order. It's the exact same thing. You're just not. You probably never thought about them on the same way. It's exactly the
They are
same thing.
same thing. They are same thing, but we are calling them different names.
That's
kind
it.
of.
It's a
And they
different
have
name.
different regulations.
It's a different name. Just like when they talk about the GPLP structures, nobody talks about how many entities you're creating. It's not one company
Okay.
that
So
everybody's put money in. No, you made 3 entities to
GPLP
do it.
and mutual funds both are same
Say it again.
kind of. Mutual funds and GPLP stakes funds both are same kind of.
No, no, no. Those are
Okay.
totally different things. My point is the way that things work are very similar. Okay, a mutual fund is
Okay.
is a fund, right? You know what a fund is.
Yes.
It's a fund structure. It has been has a
Yes.
regulation A, B, C, D, whatever fund, right? It is a security that is based on certain types of investments. Like you may have some that are based on the energy sector, right? So you'll have a whole bunch of energy
Yes.
companies in that mutual fund. Or it may be a fund
Okay.
that is diversified, that has, 10% of it's in energy, 10% of it's in tech,
Yes.
30% of it's in venture capital. You see what I'm saying? They diversify inside that
Yes.
fund. Right. That's all a
Okay.
mutual fund is. Now, a hedge fund is very similar to a mutual fund. Okay. A hedge
Okay.
fund, however, the collection of assets that it contains are things from both ends of the spectrum. So that if one thing were to inflate, the other one kind of captures that issue without taking the loss, right?
Okay.
It hedges the market, right? If it goes up one
Okay.
way, then it hedges the way. That is usually a very diversified portfolio that you're investing into. Does that help give you a little clarity on what those things are?
Yes. Okay, in mutual fund, we are investing in one sector which we have told them, or we
No.
are investing in only certain kind of things.
No. When
And
you
in
invest
hedge
into a
fund, we are
mutual
hedging
fund,
the investment.
wait, when you invest into a mutual fund, you're simply investing into
Yes.
that fund. Every fund is different. You
Okay.
just read about the funds and
I-
they'll tell you what they invest in.
Right now, I am
But
not
you're not really
understanding difference between normal funds and mutual funds, because in mutual funds you are saying they are doing the same thing. Then why they are called mutual funds?
Okay.
And what's
well,
the difference between
like-
normal funds and mutual?
Well, you're saying a normal fund. What's a normal fund? You get what I'm saying? Is it a private equity fund? Is it a real estate fund? Is it a or is it a debt fund? Those are normal funds. Mutual funds are a normal fund too. They're all just different types of fund, and basically all it means is what type of thing that they invest in. Venture capital is a fund that invests in startup companies. Private equity is a
Yes.
fund that invests in existing companies. Real estate funds are
Okay.
funds that invest in real estate. Does that
Invest
make
in real
sense?
estate.
Right.
Okay. Yes. In mutual fund, they invest in.
A mutual, well, each one will have a different thing that they invest in. That's why you read and they tell you.
Okay.
Now, usually it is a collection of companies that fall within their little criteria. Just like with us, if you invest with RWC Investments, we invest in small to medium sized businesses that make between $1 and $5 million a year,
Yes.
that have an SDE of 250K to 500K, that have been in business for 7 to 10 years, that are in the following sectors, right? In this location. That's our prospectus. If you were investing
Yes.
just in our general, in our general shit, that's what you would be investing in. That would be like our mutual fund, kinda. Does that make sense?
Oh,
But everyone's
Yes.
going to be different.
okay.
Some people, like there are some that invest in nursing homes. There are
Okay.
some that invest in children's
Okay.
daycare centers. There's a whole lot
They
of
are
different types
same
of things
thing?
out there.
But different name.
Different names. Yeah. In the end, they are all investment vehicles, right? That's what they are. They are
Okay.
they are products. They are products that represent a certain type of investment.
Okay.
I hope that simplifies it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's hard to do. My first wife and I, man, I tell you what, we still can't stand to be in a room with each other. Well, I can do it. She doesn't like being in a room with me. But the second wife, we just decided we didn't get along one day. Or no, not that we didn't get along, we just didn't love each other. That's all. We met at a weird time. We were still young, going through dumb stuff when we met, and hell, a few years went by, and we both realized, hey, man, we really shouldn't have got married. We really shouldn't have. We weren't even really friends. We were just going through life, and both needed something at that time, and it was just kind of over. Yeah, it was just kind of over. And I knew I was wanting to do other things in life. I think she wanted to do other things in life, not other people or anything, just go in different directions. And we never had like problems. And in the end, that was it. We kind of went our separate ways. And we've talked a few times over the last 5 or 10 years or so, like on Facebook once or twice, I think. But that was it. Never. Yeah, and that was fine. No, you know what? I ain't talked to her. Shit, it's probably been 10 years. But she invited me over to their house one time. Yeah, to go see her brother graduated from high school, and I went to the brother of my ex-brother-in-law. Went to his high school graduation and hung out with the little family for a while. But that was the last time I've even seen them.
Wow.
But yeah, most of the time when people get a divorce or whatever, it's a craziness. Much. Another problem has always been law enforcement. I mean, it has been an issue in that place for as long as I remember. There's one road in and there's one road out. Okay? So what they do is they just sit there. And if you're they only see 1 or 2 cars every hour or so. You're getting pulled over. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it's for whatever. If they don't know your license plate, you're getting pulled over. If they've never seen you before, you're getting pulled over. If they think that you're going at a different time than they normally see you, you're getting pulled over. Okay.
I think. Do you think it's a nice thing because it's a small town? Everyone knows everyone, so it's kind of a protective.
Well, that's what they